Hello, my beauties. This is going to be one of those videos where I do get ready, where I put makeup on. Not because I'm a makeup channel, but being live and just doing my makeup and filming is just cost effective. Get some organic coconut oil on, please. So, how are you all doing? This is going to be a story time, but I promise it is not going to be like just about me. I'm going to draw some insights and yeah, a lot, a lot happened. A lot happened. A lot happened. So this is an unscheduled live. I did not go live yesterday, which was Sunday. I got back to the United States late Friday, very late Friday night, because I taught my meditation class Saturday morning. So, yeah, I've got a lot to tell you. Get some tea. I hope this won't go over 15, 20 minutes, maybe even less. And so, yeah, as the title said, I got trashed. And I hesitate to do this. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's like typically like going into too much negative, especially if it's like interpersonal. But anyway, so yeah, I am dehydrated from travel, y'all. It was, you know, age does, I think, age, well being, stress level affects how well you travel. I'm going to make videos about that. So I just want you guys to know I am going to make some videos about being in Florence, in Italy, traveling, as a Black woman of a certain age. And then I'm also I did already Venice. I'm going to talk about Florence, and I'm going to talk about Sardinia, and um, I think I think that's it. I think those are the places. So yeah, I see some folks coming in. I don't really wasn't like, oh, this is the best time to go live. Like I said, I just wanted to start to get ready for my day, having just gotten back. And so yeah, I got trashed, and this will lead into into more, okay, and into some sharing. So where do I start? But I wrote down dragged, trashed, given a new blank hole, I felt like. And some people who watch this may actually have been there. So I was on somebody else's live, watching someone that I really respect and look up to, and yeah. So what happened was I basically ended up feeling quite dragged. What was happening though, and this is where it kind of leads into some stuff, some spiritual stuff, and I want to see if you resonate and go from there. But so in this live, the person was just sharing about all the negative things that could come out of Project 2025. Hey, all as the numbers are going up. Welcome. Um, Project 2025 and Trump's presidency. And they were doing a great job. Okay. I'm not going to name the person because it's not really necessary. So they were doing a great job of that. But they were really outlining step by step how Donald Trump's policies that he has stated could, like I said, really harm Black folks. And so what I didn't realize, so this is what's spawned the being trashed and dragged, was I didn't realize that, well, I was getting very stressed listening to this person talk about that. Okay. Give me a yes if you're here, say hi. So basically, some of the stuff I talked about, I was not aware of with myself. So, like I said, giving all of these, like, these will be the negative repercussions if this happens, if this agency closes, if this happens, all of that. Hey, beautiful love. So, I'm watching it and I'm maybe about 30 minutes in, maybe not. And so, yeah, I didn't realize I was getting really upset by it because, like you probably, I am here in America and this person was, and I don't think they were fear mongering, because that came up in the chat. I was not saying they were fear mongering at all. It was like, this can really happen, right? So I put in the chat of this, which is what got me given a new one. I put in, and I think I wrote in caps, okay, what can we do? Can we talk about what we can do? So if all of these negative things are going to happen, again, given as stated in Project 2025, laying out a plan for this upcoming presidency, right? What do we do? Well, I got like, that's when I got blasted. It was like, well, why are you always I think the person said always, why are you always telling us what to do? Now, that may indeed be me, because I am a teacher, and so I have that like teacher thing. But they're like, and there was this pause before they thought about saying it, and they're like, yeah, why do you tell us what to do? They called out my name on the live. um there's Percival back there, and then they're like, what do you think? And at one point, I think they did, after a minute or so, say, well, I would say leave, get out. Funny enough, guys, as I'm talking about this, as I'm talking about being dragged in on YouTube in real time, um, then my internet cut out. So I'm a very spiritual person, and I don't know how to say it. Things can like happen, like, in movies, like where lights, I know some of this has happened to you, maybe lights flicker when you walk under them. So it was weird, literally, as this person kind of reamed into me, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I know people in the chat and everything. My internet went out, like it just started spinning. And so I did miss about 5 minutes right after that, meaning I don't know what they then said. They might have said, hey, just whatever, just chill and watch. I did hear them say also, well, I have to lay out the negatives so that we can get to what you can do. So I was like, okay. But like I said, I felt really kind of hurt, dragged. They said my name verbally, like, what, and I know people in the chat, just like online, I know them, and one woman even wrote like LOL and put my name. And I was like, oh. So basically, the person doing the live got angry with me. And I was like, I was upset, because like I said, this is someone I really respect. I send people from my channel over there, not that they need that, but out of respect for them and what they're sharing, right? And they are a fiery person, right? And I may want to talk about that a little bit. So got dragged and realized, so then I stopped, and this is kind of where my advice to you and some other stuff I really do want to share. So keep listening. I realized, wow, what was that whole thing about? I took a step back, right? Beautiful love. And who else is here? Say hi, because I can see the numbers. Don't just lurk, say hello. Good morning. It's just nice for the person, because I'm in my space talking to the screen. I just see myself. So if you're here, just say hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So after that, I was like upset. And like I said, my internet immediately went out. I didn't touch anything, nothing. It just started spinning. It cut off the live stream, right? So I got upset. The internet like blinked out. I was like, oh Lord, for like 5-6 minutes. I then go back. I'm like, why are you going to go back to this? This person kind of trashed you and was like, why are you always telling us what to do or something? I was like, just back out. So I realized that, yes, I was stressed and upset and anxious because of the negative, as I'm saying, true. Again, I'm not saying they were what they weren't saying were true, but they're like, if this happens and this could happen to us, these things could happen, really, really. And I was getting stressed. My nervous system, and give me a yes if this is you, especially Black and brown women watching this, realizing our nervous system is stressed out. So the reason this person got angry with me, I'm not sure exactly why, but like I said to them, well, what can we do? Can we talk about what we can do? And that flipped them out. So I realized I was stressed and upset. I was anxious. And that's why I asked for solutions, because I was like, I had enough. I was like this, right? With naming the problems. So what I realized though I could have done is I could have just left the live, but again, I really respect this person and I was looking outside myself. Hi Jules. I was looking outside myself for her to give me a solution. Can you resonate with that? That's what it was. I could have just cut the live off. I'm in my house and just been like, oh man, I couldn't take it. I need a little break, right? But I didn't realize. And I was looking outside myself for this person who I had on this pedestal, to give me what their solution was. Give me 1 second. I want to read a beautiful quote to you because part of what I'm also trying to convey to you is that spirit is always talking to us. Okay? So get this. I actually could feel myself getting sad because, like I said, this was someone I really respected, and I felt like they snapped, they went off a little bit. Now, I understand they were under stress. They were also getting trolls were coming into her live. I just said, trolls were coming in and giving her a hard time at that point. And I think it just, got triggered. That does resonate. Slow flows and soul care. Yes. See, sometimes literally I go live and it's because of one person needed to hear something I say. So yeah, I definitely got sad because I did feel really attacked. And literally, like I said, my comment was, okay, and I did put it in caps. What can we do? So what can we do? Can we talk about solutions? And so I want to read you this quote. Hold on 1 second. I think I'm gonna get some tissue. Hold on. So this got clear to me, started getting clear to me right after, right? Because I was like, what happened? Like, what the hell's going on? And then this morning, as I was meditating, and you guys know I always recommend meditation, which is just sitting quietly with yourself, right? At root, that's what it is. So I often, as an intuitive, and again, if you're like me, if you're sensitive, if you're intuitive, I want to call you guys out because I think I need to talk about that more on my channel. So as an intuitive, I often do something that's called bibliomancy, which is when you open a book to a page and that there's a message. I swear to God. So I pick this random book, and this is the quote I got this morning. You'll see, this is like resonates. And my eyes went to this, like scanned real quick, but then it went to this quote. Without leaving this house. Actually, it says without leaving his house. Let's just say her house or their house or one's house. Without leaving one's house, one can know everything that is necessary. Without leaving oneself, one can grasp all wisdom. You see how that fits with what I'm saying? So I sat to meditate. Spirit's like, open this book. I open, and that's the quote, is that it's within. Without leaving his house, one can know everything that is necessary. Without leaving himself, one can grasp all wisdom. Lao Tzu. So, yeah, I had gone to this channel. I'm watching this thing. It's talking about very upsetting things in the world. And then I was looking for this person to give me a solution when truly, as a spiritual teacher myself, and as someone very evolved, I have my own solutions, and we all do. The issue is we may not all, it's about our ability to access it. But I do think we have our solutions within. So let me know if you resonate. Like I said, I'm saying to you, goddess, as you're watching this too, if you find an upset with someone, anything, it may be something different than this, right? Let me actually put a little bit of makeup on like I had planned. Analyze it, right? Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, right? but do look at it and say, what happened? Like, what was that about? Right? What was that about? I really like NARS, their concealer. It looks pretty natural. So for me, I was like, yeah, why? Like, what was happening? Like I said, I realized I was upset by the information they were sharing, and even people in the audience were like getting, riled up. They were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So oops, not over my mole. I don't cover my moles. So, and my broken little mirror here. So, analyze when something upsetting happens, do analyze it when you're calmer and see if you can figure out what was going on underneath it. So, for me, what I realized is I really shouldn't have been in that live stream. I should not have been listening to that because my nervous system was already sensitized. I'm already very aware of, what Donald Trump and um, folks and folks in his party could do, the negative ramifications it could have. So I was already aware of that. Giving me more detail and going more into it was not suitable for me. Okay, let me know if you can resonate with this. And that's also one of my points. And I'm sorry, guys, I got to get up again because Percival pooped and I want to close the door. I'm not going to go clean a litter box right now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Percival, could you get down? Thank you. Yes. Yeah, no, we're not feeding you again. We're not feeding you again, okay? Do you want to say hi to the folks and smelling up the place? All right, the little monster. That's Percival for those of you who are new. So I don't blame the person. I kind of processed it a little bit. But yeah, thank you. Let me put isn't it a beautiful quote? It's the truth. It is the truth. And like I said, it's random. This book is like multiple pages. A friend gave it to me. It's okay. It's not great. It's called the Chakra Bible. I would not particularly recommend it, but a friend was moving and she gave it to me. Without leaving his house, one can know everything that is necessary. Without leaving himself, one can grasp all wisdom. And I know that. I know that. That is the truth. That is the truth. And, I was out there seeking and looking for this person who energetically at that moment I wasn't resonating with. Other times I do. But, and again, I'm not trying to diss anybody here, but then this is where it leads into some stuff I want to share with you. What do you want to resonate with, Goddess? Do you want to resonate with, anger? And again, I'm not saying suppress anger, rage, which we can feel with everything that's going on in the country, especially Black women, brown women, what we've seen, um, happening, and just also historically, but in this present day, it definitely feels like we're moving in a very specific direction of heightened anger directed at us, things like that, right? This is so bizarre. I'm getting a call from Italy, which makes no sense because um I'm gonna have to call them back. It actually I think I might know who it is, but I'm not gonna end my live. You see, it's already like weird, wonderful things happening. So I basically realized, is this the energy I want to resonate with right now? As I said, I already am aware of all the negatives that could happen. It isn't that I'm denying reality. I'm not trying to run away, but we still need to be able to function, right? We still need to be able to function. Um, so that has to be my that has to be my focus. So are you feeling the same way? How are you feeling? How is your nervous system doing with, if you're watching YouTube channels or the news talking about how the Trump administration could affect people, affect the society? Let me know. I'm trying to get my the foundation out because the cap had broken. This is actually Il Maquillage, which I ended up buying and actually quite like it. I didn't think it would necessarily, I know it's a fancy brand, but I wasn't sure it would have good for brown skin tones. It actually is really good and it goes on very natural. Um, but the cap broke, and so that happened. But how are you guys doing in terms of your nervous system and news and all of that? And let me know if your thoughts are about what I shared. So what it made me realize, and this is where I do want to make an offer to you, it made me realize, especially at my age, we're always kind of questioning, why are we here? What is our purpose? And you guys may know I have talked about having a community, right? And it is open to be a part of. But Spirit, this morning, as I processed all of this, gave me more clarity. And so I want to share that with you. And I didn't put much of this on. So this stuff is good. I just don't apply it very super heavily because I really like my natural skin to show. And yeah, typically I would have put the concealer on last, which I didn't do because often I feel like when you put foundation, sorry guys, when you put foundation on top of concealer, you kind of wipe out the concealer. So hang on 1 second. Here we go. It's not like I have a huge makeup kit or anything. So let me know if what I'm sharing resonates with you. Are you able to process the harshness in the world right now? How are you doing with it? And those of you who are not live, let me know how you're doing. So what I realized is I am more the path of peace and tranquility, and it's not a running away, but that's what I'm here to do. And Spirit showed me that for my community, and this is for you, it's for you and for me as to share, teachings and healing methodologies that I know over like the last 30 years. It showed me and gave me the message cocoon. Cocoon. Do you guys resonate with that? I was shown a little white cocoon, and against like a black, and the black was like nighttime, was like rest. And Spirit was like, yes, go with seasonally. So if you don't know, if you're new here, like Slow Flows, if you're new here, King's Wellness, I'm just going to put you up. Oh, wow. Okay, let me go back to your comments. So stay with me. I'll look at your comments. When I had my glasses off, I couldn't even read your comments. I want to go back to your comments, okay? So, Spirit showed me cocoon. And again, for those of you who don't know my work, I am a certified yoga teacher and I trained in meditation. I've done multiple 60-day, I think was my maximum. Was it 60 days? I don't want to lie. I think it was 30 days. I don't think it was 60 days. I've done silent retreats, where I'm meditating 10 hours a day for 30 days at a time. I've done that several times, as well as studying meditation over decades and practicing it. Okay. And then I trained, after leaving academia, I trained as a massage therapist, but specifically in a type of massage related to acupuncture. So about the energy meridians on the body. It's called shiatsu, if some of you are familiar with it. So anyway, all of that, like maybe 1,500 hours of somatic, of like body healing therapies. All right. And so Spirit is like, well, if you want to do this community and you want to invite women in, what you should focus on is the next couple months and cocoon, because that's what I'm feeling like you need. Not you, we all need. And so let me just look at my notes. I wrote cocoon, healing, transformation, and rest. Because quick story, when I was a little girl, this goes back to being impatient, which goes back to the front of the story where I was saying to the woman, what's the solution? Get to the solution, right? When I was a little girl, I remember cutting open a cocoon because I wanted, seriously, I wanted, like, I knew, like, is the butterfly supposed to come out? And I'm like, it's not coming out. And I cut it open. And I don't, the butterfly wasn't in there because I rushed the process. It's a true story. So Spirit showed me cocoon. And I want to put that on the website where the community will be. And I'm thinking of it not as it's a community, but as an academy where all the different meditations and things I've started it already, as because I mentioned it weeks ago, but slightly shifting mentally what it will do. So let me give you one other reason this spirit brought this up to me. And I'm really inviting you, if you're watching this, there's a reason you're watching this. So I'm going through all this, right? Because this happened yesterday, the upset. This, and then a friend texts me, a female friend, and that's important, texts me and says, well, how are you doing? You're back. She wanted to hang out. And I says, well, this happened to me. And I'm going to tell you guys really briefly. Coming back in France. Okay. Paris must not be used to snow. You guys, seriously, okay, maybe it was 5 inches of snow, but it was like 3 to 5 inches. I don't know. They closed down Charles de Gaulle Airport, the main airport in Paris. That I'm trying to come back to America and I have to go through Paris. They closed the airport. They diverted us. Okay. This has never happened to me before, right? And other things that happened. Again, I'll tell you real quick. I won't make it like a long story. My luggage is lost. The airport was jammed because everybody was like, well, what are you going to do? You can't just strand me here in Paris, right? Because we missed our flights. We missed our connecting flights. So guys, I thought I was going to faint. I was so tired. I hadn't slept, well, the night before. And I think the night before that, because I was traveling to Rome to fly out of Rome through Paris to come back to America. Anyway, all this happened. I tell the girlfriend that in text, and this is what she replies. Get this. Again, let me know if you resonate, because there's a point I'm sharing this with you. She says to me, sounds like travel. And then like, glad you're back or something, but sounds like travel was her response. Do you guys feel what I'm getting at here? There's Percival. Percival, are you cleaning your butt? Were you cleaning your butt the whole time I'm talking? All right, now he's scratching. We hope that doesn't mean anything bad. She basically is like, yeah, it sounds like travel. And I just really felt kind of like unsupported again, unlike, so I texted her back my truth, which I said, thanks for the compassionate response. Because, and I wrote to her, I said, I haven't traveled in 20 years, guys. I have not traveled in 20 years. Okay. See the grace. All right. 20 years ago, this has never happened to me before. It was quite traumatic. It was quite difficult and it was freezing cold. I wasn't quite dressed for it to be that cold. And I asked like the cab driver on the way back, had to, anyway, got to like the hotel they put us up in at like midnight, had to get up for 4. So I didn't sleep that night. Hadn't slept the night before. Then the night of this whole, kermuffle, didn't sleep well because I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to miss my 8:30 flight. The woman insisted I get on an 8:30 flight back to America. I'm like, oh shit. I later found out really quick that some people just chose to sleep at the airport. Now, just at my age, type of person I am, I'm like, with those lights, it being so cold, I'm really glad I chose to take the airline, the room. Even though I literally didn't sleep, I got to close my eyes and it was warm. Okay. But so yeah, the girlfriend replies, sounds like travel. So my point of all this, to kind of bring it all together, is as women, I feel like we are not in our heart space enough. Because I thought about what would this friend, like, what would make someone say that? And again, it's a little thing, but over time with this particular friend and the women I've surrounded myself with, I realized they were mirroring where I was years ago. Okay. Follow me on this. Think about if this is your life. Sometimes you have friends that mirror where you were, and I feel like it's not necessarily where I want to be. So what I mean by that is I am now working, and I've already manifested one new friend this way, but I want friends who are warm, who are loving, who are compassionate, who are caring, who have a stability to them. And so when this particular girlfriend said, sounds like travel. Like, that's how it is. Deal with it, kind of thing. It just made me realize, that's not the type of loving response that I want. So give me a yes. Do you know what I'm saying? And so we have to ask ourselves, maybe this is a separate video, but audit our friend group. I'm being serious here. And that's why I said this is not about me. I'm trying to use what happened to me to share what spirit is saying to me. One, as Black women, especially Black and brown women, we need rest right now. We need to cocoon. That's also the season, this winter season we're going into, healing, to allow transformation and rest. And so I am going to be providing that. If you've got this far in the video, I just want to invite you, give me, till the end of the day today. It's Monday the 25th as I'm putting this, November 25th. I will be putting it up where you can join for several months. And I just need to adjust the page, adjust several things on it, because what I'll be providing that's our theme, is cocooning. It will be about self-care. It will be about self-love, self-nurturing, and literal things we can do health-wise to do that. So if you're interested, come back and look below the video. I'll have the link, and I invite you to be a part of this academy, which is, I'm still working out the exact name because I may change the name. It was called Goddess Sanctuary before, because I wanted to be a sanctuary. Sanctuary is very much about a place of safety, a place of, where you are safe from outside harm. So again, this is all kind of just coming together for me. Let me know how do you feel about this? The word cocooning. And like I said, this is holistic systems. We as women, this is part of the divine feminine. We're not meant to go, 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 go. That's a very masculine model. It is a very capitalist model of constant production. So we are not a factory. There need to be seasons of rest. There need to be seasons of introspection. Hi, Donna. Yes, I'm home. Please go back to the beginning afterwards, because I really led up to this point. But welcome, welcome, welcome. It's beautiful to see you. Welcome, Donna. So I went from how I got trashed, and I'm just sort of weaving it into what I'm noticing. I think as women, our next edge for spiritual women watching this, if you can resonate with what I've shared and what I just went through, we need to drop into our hearts. That's where we're attempting to evolve from. Many people say we are at the third chakra. The third chakra is very much about power. Put out into the world, it is about dominance. When the chakras can always be balanced or imbalanced. The third chakra energy is about the ego, dominance, who's on top and who's at the bottom. Who's on top, who's at the bottom. Somebody needs to be at the bottom. The heart energy is very, very different. So many teachers say we are trying to evolve from that third chakra as a species upwards. And I would agree. Like I said, that response from the girlfriend sounds like travel. That's not a heart-centered response. The response from the woman when I said, what's the solution? Tell us a solution. The response was very harsh. It was not a heart-centered. And so that's what Spirit's showing me. It's like women, and these were very different women, very different backgrounds, ages, very, very different. But as women, women are more seated in their heart. But our society, in order for you to thrive, it diminishes that feminine, because that's not looked upon. That's looked upon as soft, vulnerable, and we all see, and I could name so many things from P. Diddy, chasing the girl to the elevator, kicking, beating her, to just societies around the world, how women are treated, rape, sexual assault. So vulnerability is not rewarded in our society. And yet, and I really don't want to go there, but so many, especially sort of like gender wars, and especially Black men saying Black women are not being in their feminine. Well, it's dangerous. The society as we have it structured has made it dangerous for women to really be in their feminine. Give me a yes if you understand what I'm saying. I mean, it's obvious. You're more vulnerable. Women have always realized our vulnerability, and we're only safe in a society that is able to be relatively peaceful. And yes, the masculine energy can guard and protect, but if it becomes imbalanced, where the aggression becomes normalized and turns against the feminine, that's not a healthy society. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Miss Lane. Yeah, I built up to here. So, I mean, you could definitely watch the very end, stay with me live if you want to, then go back to the beginning. But so let me look up at some of the comments, some folks who were here early. Real quick, what I did was give an overview of an incident that happened online where I felt really pretty attacked, then realized why uh, I was feeling like that, wove it into some teachings, um, and also with the female friend, into basically right now, the world is a very harsh place. And especially Black and brown women, we are not, and I've seen a few women talking about this, we're not encouraged, again, specifically to be soft or to be vulnerable or to be sensitive. You feel what I'm saying? We're not allowed to, because it goes back to the trope of the strong Black woman. It's just like, toughen up, like, get, like, deal with it. The only one of the main archetypes for Black women is you're strong. You can even see it in commercials, you guys. Some commercials really drive me crazy. If you just watch a commercial with a certain clear eye, she's strong, she's sassy, and she's like not going to take any shit. And that's fine. But that's a box. That's a box that a whole people get put in, right? So sensitivity, vulnerability, um, emotional struggles, any of that is like, oh no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. So let me go back up here. Beautiful love again. Hi. Slow flows and soul care with April. Hello, Jules. So let me know. Slow Flow had said that resonates. King's Wellness Ranch said, yes, my friend and I going through the same thing. King's Wellness, tell me more, because this was back earlier. Let me know what you mean. Is it the same thing of feeling like, are you supported? Are you like loved up? Do you have that good, warm friendship group? Tell me what you mean. Jewel says, I'm sorry that they were being mean. It sounds like she didn't to hear about solutions. She just wanted to vent and complain. Yeah, I think, again, when I really pulled back and I was like, why would she kind of lash out like that? Because this is someone I really respect. I think of as like a mama bear. She's fierce. She really wants to help Black folks deal with what she sees upcoming with the Trump administration. There were some trolls in the chat right around the same time, and they kept like saying stupid things to her. And I think, that's part of it. I do also, because she's like, why are you always telling us what to do? Maybe in a previous chat, she remembered my channel name, and maybe I said like, hey, because I am very much focused on solutions. So, you know what I mean? And her thing, she did snap back. Well, I have to break it down, all the negatives, before I can get to the solutions. Because I think her thing was, I'm trying to light a fire under those who don't understand that they need to take action. So that was her point of view. I mean, I can see it. So her point of view is, you have to just wait. I'm not up to the solutions yet, because I'm laying out the crisis, I'm laying out the fire, I'm laying out all the shit. So, like I said, it was on me. And that's what I'm saying to you, goddesses. If you feel you're watching some media and it is just upsetting you, you need to back away from it. And that's what I missed and should have probably just done, was left the room, right? And so she wasn't calibrated to that, because again, that's our heart going into the heart. She wasn't really calibrated to that. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jules. Yeah. Yes, I used to do this with the Bible back in the day. Yeah, you're probably talking about the bibliomancy. Absolutely. And it's called biblio, meaning book. So yes, I made a video about it, and I think a lot of people thought I only meant, oh, you can only use it with the Bible. I said in the video, no, you can use it with any spiritual book, anything like it's very high level, right? Don't open up a magazine, like a trash magazine, and be like, let me see what it says. You can use spiritual books, right? That have wisdom. Yes. So it can absolutely work. For those of you just joining, I'm going to read the quote again because it's a beautiful quote. It's from Lao Tzu. It's an ancient Asian philosopher and wise man. Without leaving his house, one can know everything that is necessary. Without leaving himself, one can grasp all wisdom. And I really believe that. So thanks for letting me vent. I think that's enough makeup. Actually, I feel like putting a little more on just to. So if you guys have any questions, comment back. Let me know what you think. I went in the airport. I did not need to spend this money and bought MAC powdered makeup. And I'm not sure it's good for mature skin, because unless your skin is well moisturized, it can be a little bit drying. But because I put foundation on already, I want to like try it and see as like an over, almost like a sealing powder. So yeah, it's a solid powder. So yeah, guys, questions, comments? Do you resonate with, like I said, Spirit was telling me cocoon. Offer women a membership for a 3-month time frame, specifically in the program, and go through things that they need to stay healthy during this winter season. So let me know if that resonates with you. And I think I did not lose my lipstick in my luggage. I'm just going to put on something that's very, very neutral. It's kind of plum. And have you noticed, do you feel like people are a bit harsher these days in terms of your interactions, whether with girlfriends or partners? Let me know. Let me know. Let me go through. Yeah, thank you. Yes, that resonates. Know your limitations, boundaries around media, social media engagement. Yes. Yes. Social and so true. It's so true. Slow flows, are you teaching yoga? I'm really curious on your channel. Tell us more about your channel. And that's what I'm saying. I know this. I talk about this. And I got sucked in, but I got sucked in. And guys, I don't know the exact color. I usually mix my lipstick colors. It's not the exact color I really want, but I need brighter. I want brighter, but not like this. It's like a little too pink, but what do you resonate with what I've shared? Do you feel like there's a harshness in folks? And let me put up another minimal news engagement for me right now. It's too much. Okay. Yeah. So movement, because when you say slow flow, I want to know, is that specifically yoga, goddess? Lots of movement, time in nature. Yes. Thank you. We're really resonating. Yeah. So maybe it was for you, confirmed for me, and I'm just confirming for you. And again, as Black women, we're supposed to be in the fray. We're supposed to be, you know, out there fighting and yeah. Constantly. I'm even thinking of recent images I've seen of like this, crazy MAGA man was like in this woman's face and she's just like right there with him. Can we just let ourselves have some softness, some time? Now, it's not just us, the society, we can't even wait. We're not going to wait to, you know, yes, so confusing to navigate. Yes, yes. I really feel that the society thrives off of trying to suppress the divine feminine. Yes, it does. It does. Look at what just happened with this election. For some women, America, right? This nation supposed to be so powerful, so strong, so wealthy. Cannot vote for a woman. What is that about? What is that about? What is that about? I'm actually going to I'm going to do something which is going to look weird, but it's actually, I like it just a little more neutral. What is that about? It's like as a nation, we're not ready for women to, Germany did it. Many nations, and even historically, I'm taking the color down a little bit. Historically, nations have done it. We've had women leaders. Why is it that America is not able to? Huh? What is that about? What is so embedded in the psyche, of America that it can't be a woman? What is it about? What is it about? Other countries can do it. We're just not able to. We're just not able to. So the divine feminine is coming back. It's coming up. And yeah, it's hard. I would say just watch the end. Hey, Sandra, just watch the end with me because I'm still live and then go back. Slow Flow says, yes, this time of year has become my favorite. I love going into hibernation mode. Goddess, then I really invite you to join my community academy. Again, the languaging. Do you guys like the name Divina Woman? Divina Woman. Divina is from the Latin for divine. Do you like that name? That's what I'm thinking of. Yes, okay. When I've taught, oh, girl, that is so needed right now. I'm gonna check out your channel and like, yeah, reach out to me. I'm open to collaborations. Assistant at In the Flow of Magic. Many of us, and again, this is everybody actually. I was trained originally slow flows in Kripalu Yoga. Kripalu Yoga originally, and still to this day, I think is a very it's basically like yin yoga. When I moved to New York, that was not working. Within weeks, I realized people didn't like it because I was in New York City. And again, this is weaving together some things that are like the types of things that you'll learn if you join the community, if you join the academy. In a Rajasic city like New York City, meaning fast-paced, hyper intense, you try to give those people a slow yoga, it just won't resonate with them because they literally do not have the capacity to slow down. So I upped my yoga. Very popular after that. I was doing Ashtanga, jumping, push-ups, upward dog, downward dog, warrior, blah, 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 just like militant yoga. My classes were packed, full, running from studio to studio teaching. Okay, so what we need now, though, we need slow yoga, we need restorative yoga. It took several years for people to be able to do that. So I totally resonate with what you're doing. But yeah, do you like Divina Woman? Hi, Intuitive Tammy. Hello, hello, hello. You do like it? Divina Woman. It's kind of the name that I'm playing with for the community. So again, I really invite all of you to check it out. I don't have the link ready right now because I do want to look at and get clear for you what I'm going to offer in the academy. Again, spirit is like your theme is cocoon, Viv, run with cocoon. And I saw this little like white little fluffy cocoon against like a black, and the black represents like night and rest. And so we'll do a lot of self-care things, we'll have meditations. It's about restoring ourselves because I think right now many of us black women feel a bit frayed, a bit frayed isn't frayed is sort of maybe like too, kind of too esoteric a way to put it. We just feel like thin, like undernourished, undersupported, um, and just like these are crazy times. What the fuck am I gonna do? Right? We need nourishment, we need transformation, we need healing. So my friend's going through a rough breakdown. I'm dealing with people I trust in business, and I was blindsided. Yes, people, there's a harshness that is not, I would say, not typically American. I'm not saying all the racism and all that was, it's there, it's been there. You guys who watch my channel regularly, you know, I told you I was shown months ago a map of America. I was thinking about the nation and I saw it kind of like as a map. So the shape of the country, and it had like a little topography. It wasn't flat, but I saw it peeling up, like the layer peeling up, and underneath was almost like a festering wound, a festering wound. And it was like oozing. And I was like, oh, it's that. All of that is trying to come up. Many people say America is going through what's called a Pluto return. I am not an astrologer, but Pluto is what they shared was it's the planet of dealing with your dark shadow things. And you can see how race has become very much like a football where it's like, we'll just kick it, like kick it back. Like, oh, that didn't happen. So instead of facing and owning up and moving forward and evolving and making amends and talking about it, it's become again trying to hide it, smother it, push it back down. And so I just remember I was struck. This astrologer said if America doesn't survive, if it doesn't go through that Pluto and bring things to light. And it looks to me like that's not happening. That's not happening. So yeah, that's not happening. So that's it's come up for us to look at it, but you can see well, not everybody, majority though are like this. They don't want to look at I think the word is xenophobia, the fear of the other, the lack of compassion, the inability to pull together as a nation. We have enough money where we should have health care for all, for example, like other developed nations, right? Your health care shouldn't be tied exclusively to your work so that if you're out of work, you're in a precarious situation. Um, all of these things. Yeah. So Donna says classism and sexism are entrenched in the capitalism in America. Yeah. This country is like a blown up version of my family. The powers that be have fostered a deep seated hate of and mistrust of women. Yeah. That is built in. I think that is coming through, though, the British Puritan thing, because look at British imperialism, right? Like we were breaking with it, but like where, yeah. So there is definitely a religious underpinning and yeah. And spirit and the divine feminine is trying to push through. And that is some of what you see with sort of some of the like gender ideas and all of that, and gender sort of acceptance of people where they are, even like now how we talk about, I forget which generation it is, that we're like they're too sensitive, but there's a real sense of like these the younger folks being aware of like a lot of this stuff naturally and wanting to kind of make it better and make it right, and there's pushback. So it's like this, like loggerheads, I think they call it. It's just like butting heads. But as women, I'm reaching out to you as women that who want to heal, who want to go into a peaceful place, who want to go more into serenity, into our peace, into our evolution. So please do consider joining me. Come back by this evening. I'll have the link up. Like I said, I want to figure out what I will offer. You know, will it be a meditation once a week? It definitely will also have some live coaching in there. I saw someone else doing this, and I'm like, why don't I frame what I'm doing as that? Like, our live is not just me, like, kind of sharing with you, but it's like maybe you can get in what's called a hot seat, which I don't like the name of that hot seat. That doesn't sound good, but where you can be coached on whatever you're going through in terms of especially health, wellness, well-being, mindset. All right. So hope that sounds appealing to you. Let me know any thoughts you have before I go. I really, those of you who are here, Slow Flows, Donna. So you guys are both yoga teachers. Wouldn't it be great if you were inside the community together, Donna and Slow Flows? You have that in common. King's Wellness. Oh, no, it's okay. You're like, you have to go get gas. That's okay. But yeah, your friend is going through a rough breakdown and you're dealing with people that you trust in business, but you were blindsided. So it sounds like they were really not trustworthy. Yep. Divina Woman. Do you like Divina Woman? Or I'm like, how is it pronounced? Because I like made it up. Divina. It's Divina. Androgynous, alien. Welcome. It's nice to have you here, androgynous alien. And when you've taught, okay, and Slow Flow, so you don't teach a lot. You said, okay, your channel is dormant right now. I'm a certified yoga teacher. Yeah. Join the community. Join my community. Like I said, I'm going to put it up for like 3 months. So for the season, and we'll focus on seasonal healing. I've been a certified yoga teacher since 1994. I was certified in person at Kripalu. I've been studying healing, holistic health, well-being, energy healing for decades. So I definitely know you would get something out of it, Slow Flows. So do check back later under this video. Donna, same thing. Because what I guess to wrap it up, what I realized is while this person was highlighting all the negatives, the absolute truths of where we are in America right now, fear of mass deportations, and this may be just friends or do you want to see mass deportations of people who literally pick our food, who, if you eat meat, work in the slaughterhouses, right? A lot of immigrants work in meat packing, a lot of things Americans do not want to do. We don't want to pick crops, right? But maybe some the powers that be want certain of us to go back to picking crops, right? Maybe that's what they mean when they talk about Black jobs, right? So again, to emphasize and to contrast with how I started, this particular woman, God bless her, who, blasted me, her live was about getting people afraid and getting people informed, she would say, but getting them so that they will take action. I understand that. What I think and what I know that I'm here for is not out in the streets like this, typically, but how can we maintain our peace wherever we are? How can we maintain our peace wherever we are? How can we maintain our peace wherever we are? And now, not just like, oh, when we can leave the country, right? Because some people, channels are, oh, okay, leaving America. I know some of you, we're not going to leave America. Maybe you have a child or there are reasons that you can't up and move, right? So how can we maintain our peace no matter where we are? How can we continue to evolve spiritually? How can we hold the light that this planet needs to not fall into utter chaos? Okay? Because we're teetering on chaos right now, right? And that's what I mean. I can make a video riling you up about that. I'm going to assume you know that. I'm going to assume you can see that. I'm going to assume, Donna, you know that already. King's Wellness, you know that. And it's going to be those of us who are choosing to kind of protect our peace. I need to also just come up with some phrases, literally, so I can say them to you, but protect our peace, shield ourselves, um, nurture ourselves. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, that is what it is. So yeah, I am going to end there. It's exactly an hour. It's an hour and then 3 seconds. So just love and blessings. Consider also, to really put a point on this, consider supporting Black businesses. I'm going to say it here for, curse word, Black Friday and all of this. Don't buy crap you don't need, goddesses. I mean that. Don't buy material things you don't need. Okay? Support Black businesses, support Black workers, healers. Keep, keep the money more flowing in the community, and folks who are supporting what you believe in. So don't go buy some random crap that's 40% off. You don't even freaking need it. Okay. I'm saying that. I'm doing that myself. I'm not just lecturing you about it. Watch your spending. Watch your spending. I had a private yoga client, a very wealthy woman. She was Jewish. In her youth, she was poorer. She ended up marrying a very wealthy man. I would go to her apartment on the Upper East Side and teach her yoga. She was older at that point, and she told me, she said when I was like 25, I'd pinch. She said it in this way I'd never heard before. She said I'd pinch a penny 5 times before I'd let it go, and I was like, in my head, I'm seeing her like she's like, I would squeeze that. I was like, damn, right? And like I said, her life was very different. She met a well-to-do man. They married. They were happily married for years and years. But she's like, when she was a single poor girl, she would pinch that penny 5 times before it would go out of her finger. I was like, okay, wow, what a phrase. I think we all need to hold on to our coins and really think about, am I spending my money in a way that aligns with my values? Am I spending my money in a way that aligns with my values? I'll leave you with that. All right. Because our spending power is actually quite big. We, the Black community specifically, spend a lot of money. We put out a high percentage of our money purchasing. And I just want to say to you, don't get swept into this Black Friday, cyber this. Don't buy things you don't need. Don't buy things you don't need. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Janae, thank you. And you have a beautiful glow, girl. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need to get my glow back because, as I said, spirit is like cocoon. Talk about it, teach about it. Talk about it, teach about it. Thank you for sharing your emotions and being transparent. Thank you for normalizing that tears are okay. Yeah, I mean the strong Black woman. It can be a prison for us. It can be a prison. Now, many different cultures have their own individual prison, right? And I'm going to say this, I know many other, I'm going to say minorities or like ethnic communities, there are ways they are supposed to act. Like I've seen it. They also kind of control each other. Like, this is how you act. If you're a good this is how you act, right? If you're Korean, this is how you act. If you're Indian, this is how you act. There's parameters to how we are. We don't act like that. And so many communities give each other that grief of, and can be harsh with each other. I've absolutely seen it. We can almost be more judgmental with each other than we are with other people, right? So yeah, that may be a whole other video. So Janae, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, I just was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. And then to be here to want to learn and get slammed and just like, it just felt harsh. And I do, like I said, we can be harsh with each other. And let's maybe start to normalize something that Stephanie Perry is talking about, but like normalize softness. normalize kindness to each other. Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching to the end. And again, really do consider supporting those who support you, joining the community. Like I said, I'll have the link by later today. I have a bunch of stuff to do since I just got back from traveling. All sorts of random loose ends I have to tie up, things I have to take care of because I was traveling for 3 weeks, y'all. I will have some more videos about traveling with some images from it. Again, how it was traveling as a Black woman of a certain age. So watch out for those videos as well. They'll be coming up on the channel. All right. Much love, peace, and blessings. And we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.